Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Scott and this is Grassroots NASCAR Racing, and today we're doing another Bring a Trailer auction review. Now this is number 5. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. There haven't been many cars pop up on there, but one is on there that I want to do a review on, so we're going to check that out. But first we have to look at the last one we did, auction review number 4, and let's dive into that. So here it is. This is the one that we did last time, 2001 Ford Taurus. It was a Mike Wallace Taurus. This car had no reserve on it, and it sold for $25,000. That kind of blows me away. I mean, that somebody got a really good deal on that car. Man, I wish I had that. I wish I had that change laying around, because that's a good deal. So 25 grand. Now, if we look at our comments, nobody guessed in the 20s. Most everybody was in the 30 or 40s. So remember, we're playing Price is Right rules. Well, Price is Right rules, closest you can get without going over. But everybody went over. So we'll just do the closest. And that was this person here, at AIDAND1428. with a guess of 31,000. That was the closest. So we all technically lost, but you are the closest. So if you want to contact me, my email is in the video description below. So just shoot me an email and I'll send you a little prize pack. But yeah, so congratulations to that guy. But let's dive into today's. Today's is really cool, and oh my gosh, it's an awesome car. Would love to have it, but my shop is full right now. So, but if you want to play along, comment down below after you're done watching the video what you think this car is going to go for. And we're doing Price is Right rules, so closest without going over, and whoever's closest will win a little prize pack from me. So let's dive into today's. It is Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet Impala NASCAR race car. So check that out. A Dale Earnhardt Jr. National Guard Impala. That thing is cool. It's got 6 days left, and it's currently at 20,000. So it's got a little bit of time to run. But let's look into this now. Just looking at that picture, I mean, it looks super clean. You can't really see anything wrong with it there. The only thing that jumps out at me is I think it's missing its side skirt right there. That looks awfully high. And you can see the jack post right there. So I think it's missing its side skirt. Okay, so let's dive into this. Chevy Impala race car is said to have been campaigned by Hendrick Motorsports in 2010, during which it was piloted by Jeff Gordon. That's kind of cool. Following a team change, car was reportedly driven at Bristol in 2011 by Dale Jr., after which it was used as a backup. Now I notice the wording here. Race car is said to have been, and then car was reportedly driven at Bristol. So do they have the actual paperwork to show that? That's a good question. So it's got a 358 4-speed transmission. This goes into the general stuff that they always have for these listings. Aero wheels, Goodyear slicks, Brembo brakes, rear spoiler, roll cage, blah, 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 blah. Car was purchased by Ryan Enterprises of Denver, North Carolina as a bare chassis and reassembled in the early 2010s. Acquired by the selling dealer in 2022. Offered at no reserve. So that's a big thing. If this car was purchased by Ryan and redone by Ryan, that is a big thing, because he's one of the top restorers in the game. You know that if he did it right, and he will generally source all the right parts. He's not just going to use, parts from Gibbs and put them on that car. He's going to find Hendrick parts and put it all together correctly. So that's a good thing. If we look at the picture, let's go through here a little more. See, this is all just kind of the same old stuff that they put on every auction. Exterior details include rear spoiler, headlight and taillight decals, Lexan windows, blah, 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 blah. Aero wheels. Yeah, we don't need to go through any of that. There's nothing that really helps us right there. Selling dealer states that the fluids were refreshed approximately 1 year ago, and the car will require a full recommissioning prior to track use. That's a good idea with any race car that you buy. So, yeah. Car is not legal for road use and does not have a title. It is being sold on a bill of sale. Yep. All right, let's. So I've gone through these pictures a little bit. Let's take a look at a couple of them. Overall, this car looks really clean. I mean, I've gone through, there's hardly anything wrong on the front. There's a couple little, no, that's not, there's like a little chip right there. Nothing big, a little scratch. It's not 100% perfect. You can see a little tear right there, a little wrinkle in the red, a little scratch. And I'm gonna nitpick, sorry. That's what we're here for. That's what I do. You know, if you're spending big money on a car like this, you want to nitpick and see what's wrong. I did notice here on top of the B pillar right there, there's a dent. So I don't know how that happened, but there is a little dent right there. And look at this. So yeah, it's got this piece of its side skirt, but it's missing all of this. So I don't know where those went. That kind of stinks, but those can be remade pretty easy. That's not a terribly big deal. This Mountain Dew decal looks faded to me. I would definitely replace that if I was buying this. And this. Look at that windshield. So if you look right down here, you can see that this windshield still has tear-offs on it. You can see what, 1, 2, maybe 3, at least 3 layers. And these layers have kind of bubbled up. So the windshield looks absolutely horrible, but that can be fixed. I've heard of ways that you can get those old tear-offs off of there and just get it down to the Lexan and kind of save it. So that's not, you know, not the end of the world. That can be fixed. But just one more thing to do. I don't know why they have, I was looking at this. I think it's because maybe they started it and they had to take off the air cleaner, but see how these are all popped up? I think they had taken those off when they started it and they just forgot to put those down for the pictures. Does anybody know? So I know what this is. I believe that's for the heater for the oil. What is this? I've never seen a little one like that. Anybody know what that is? Just comment down below if you know what that's for. But everything looks really good. It's all the wheels, you know, have the correct sticker on them. From Hendrick. Interior looks really good. All carbon fiber. I mean, everything looks really good inside there. Pretty cool. This seat, I don't know what the deal is with this seat. It's like, I don't know if it looks like it's missing a cover right here or something. It just doesn't look quite right. And then definitely these seat belts aren't right. I would take those out and redo that. But there's a spot. Oh, here we go. So on the dash here, 88-611. So team 88 and then chassis 611. And you can see that number also, where is it? On the rear spoiler, right there, 88-611. So some of these numbers are matching. They don't have a picture of the chassis number on the actual car, which kind of bothers me why they didn't do that. They had all these pictures of the interior, like see right here. No, not that one. This one right here. There's the chassis number right there, but you can't see it. They never gave you a good shot of the chassis number. So this is the fuel cell. They've obviously taken this apart and just made it to where Oh, they have a cap right there, it looks like, so you just put the fuel straight in there. This fuel cell's interesting though, because look at the sticker on it. So it has a serial number. Looks like, oh, date of manufacture was January of 07. But look, test/setup only, 8802 carb cell. And then this says, what, February 3rd of 2012, cell empty. But it's a test/setup only. So that's kind of interesting. But a really cool car. I mean, I like it. It's so cool. Still has all these, you know, just little things that were left. Well, actually, it'd be really cool to see if Ryan still has like pictures of this thing from when he got it, and see the build. I'm sure he probably has pictures of it as it was being rebuilt. There's your engine, Hendrick, valve covers. Everything looks really good underneath there. And I think that he actually sold this. So Ryan sold a few of his cars last year, and I think it was on Racing Junk that they popped up. And I went back and tried to look, and I cannot find what he was asking for this back then when it sold. So if you remember that, also comment that down below. But yeah, that would be, oh, well, here's some paperwork. What do we got? So there's the sales agreement when the chassis was sold. 24th of September 2012. Same thing. Attachment A, race cars, Hendrick Motorsports race car chassis as described below. Why did they... Is this like a top secret document that's been redacted? Interesting. Okay, here, chassis 88-611 is a Impala intermediate chassis that was raced by the 88 Hendricks Motorsports team. Chassis is sold bare minus front clip mounting points and includes the majority of the body panels with decals. Huh. Minus front clip mounting points. Interesting. These race cars are sold as is with no guarantee, blah, 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 blah. So here's the paperwork from Ryan when they restored it. It says most of the parts used on HMS cars are built in-house by their own stamping and machining team. That makes it very difficult to get some of the original in-house parts like the HMS throttle pedal, rear end cooler housing, and dash panels. We at Ryan Built used information gathered from 2 employees of the 88 team as well as other Hendrick Motorsports personnel to get the correct information on all the parts that went into chassis 88-611. We then waited until each part became available and slowly gathered everything we needed. What you see here in 611 is the most accurate HMS car assembled off-site. That's cool. This is also at the present time one of only 2 Dale Jr cars to be sold with papers from Hendrick Motorsports. Well, that's kind of cool. So it is, well, at the time. So does it say when this was signed? I don't see a date, but still, that is pretty cool. So here's the race history for it. That's good. So it did run at a lot of bigger tracks, Texas, California, Michigan. So Jeff Gordon ran it at Chicago, Michigan, California, and then Dale Jr. Oh wow, for Dale Jr. it was a backup car for most of the time except for Bristol once. Interesting. That looks like some engine tuning stuff. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. That's a neat car. I was gonna show you one more picture. Is this it? No. Where is it at? Here you go. So this is on the back, right by the rear spoiler. There's some staining right here. See that? Those weird drips? I think it's in this picture too. Yeah, look at that. Did they like use this car like in a murder? Like they were stuffing a body in the back here and a little bit of blood dripped out. Never got that quite cleaned up. So anyway, that's a cool car. It's very clean, very little damage on the outside, a bunch of correct parts. It's done by Ryan, it's got paperwork, so that is pretty cool. I like it. It's going to be really interesting to see what this car goes for sure. I was noticing in the engine here, let me see if there's a better picture of it, right there. See this engine plate right here? I have one of those hanging up in my shop. I forget where I bought it from. I think somebody online on Facebook was selling it. So that's just hanging on my wall. But I have one just like that. So anyway, what do you guys think? That is a pretty cool car. I really like it. Very clean, just a neat car. It's weird to me why it doesn't have its side skirts. Maybe the guy took them off, you know, when he was loading, it was just too low and he took them off and never put them back on. But if not, those can be remade easily, not a big deal. So what do you guys think? I am going to guess, I don't know, the economy kind of sucks right now. A lot of people are being a little tighter with money, so I'm gonna say this is gonna go a little lower. I'm gonna guess 61,000. That'll be my guess. What do you guys think? Remember, Price is Right rules, closest you can get without going over. Comment down below, let me know what you think, and we'll see who wins in the next video. We'll announce the winner there, so be sure and check the next auction review video. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below, and we will see you next time. Take care.